Friends, fellow travelers on this intricate path of life, let us, for a moment, cast aside the clamor of the world, the relentless demands of our daily existence, and gather in a space of quiet contemplation, not to seek answers predetermined, nor to latch onto comforting beliefs, but to inquire, to explore, to reason together as fellow human beings adrift in a sea of constant flux. We are, each of us, seekers of solace, of understanding, of something beyond the superficiality that often defines our lives. You wouldn't be here listening if there wasn't a profound stirring within you, a yearning for something more authentic, more enduring than the fleeting pleasures and anxieties that occupy our minds. Today, let us turn our attention to a fundamental aspect of our human experience, the illusion of permanence. In a world that is demonstrably, irrevocably in a state of perpetual change, why do we cling so desperately to the notion of stability, of security, of things remaining as they are? Why do we resist the very nature of existence itself? Look around you. Observe the seasons shifting, the tides ebbing and flowing, the cells in your own body constantly regenerating, dying, and being replaced. Nothing remains static. Everything is in motion, in a state of becoming and unbecoming. And yet we build our lives, our relationships, our societies on the foundation of a presumed permanence. We seek to establish lasting careers, to forge unbreakable bonds, to erect institutions that will stand the test of time. We accumulate possessions, hoping that they will provide us with a sense of security and identity. We cling to beliefs, ideologies, and national identities, seeking refuge in the familiar and fearing the unknown. But what happens when the careers crumble, when relationships dissolve, when institutions falter, and when our possessions are lost or rendered obsolete? What happens when the very foundations upon which we have built our lives begin to shift and crack? The answer all too often is suffering. Anxiety, fear, grief, and a profound sense of loss overwhelm us. We feel betrayed by life, as if we have been robbed of something rightfully ours. We resist the change, clinging to the past, and desperately trying to recreate what has been lost. But this resistance, this clinging is futile. It is a battle against the inevitable. If we don't get a job, it is use of existence that everything changes. Why then do we persist in this illusion? Why do we invest so much energy in seeking permanence in a world that is inherently impermanent? Perhaps it is fear. Fear of the unknown, fear of loss, fear of our own mortality. We crave the illusion of control, the sense that we can shape our lives and our world according to our desires. Permanence provides us with a sense of predictability, a feeling of safety in a chaotic and uncertain universe. Or perhaps it is conditioning. From a young age, we are taught to strive for stability, to build a secure future, to accumulate wealth and possessions. Our societies are built on the premise of progress, of constant growth and expansion. We are encouraged to believe that we can achieve lasting happiness and fulfillment through external means. But this pursuit of permanence, this relentless striving for external security is a trap. It is a never-ending cycle of desire and disappointment. For as long as we cling to the illusion of permanence, we will be vulnerable to suffering. So, what is the alternative? How can we find peace and contentment in a world of constant change? The answer, I believe, lies in recognizing the illusion for what it is, a fabrication of our own minds. It lies in accepting the impermanence of all things, in embracing the flow of life, in learning to let go of our attachments. This is not to suggest that we should become passive or indifferent, that we should abandon all goals and aspirations. Rather, it is to suggest that we should approach life with a different perspective, with a greater awareness of the present moment, and with a deeper understanding of the nature of reality. Instead of clinging to the past or anxiously anticipating the future, let us focus on the now. Let us fully experience the richness and beauty of each moment without judgment or attachment. Let us appreciate the fleeting nature of our experiences, knowing that they will not last forever. Let us cultivate inner resilience, the ability to adapt to change, to bounce back from adversity, and to find strength in the face of uncertainty. Let us learn to find security not in external possessions or achievements, but in the inner resources of our own being. This requires a shift in our thinking, a transformation of our consciousness. It requires us to question our deeply ingrained beliefs, to challenge our assumptions, and to explore the nature of our own minds. It requires us to be honest with ourselves, to confront our fears and anxieties, and to let go of the illusions that hold us captive. It requires us to cultivate awareness, to observe our thoughts and emotions without judgment, and to see them for what they are, fleeting mental events. It requires us to cultivate detachment, the ability to appreciate and enjoy the things of this world without becoming attached to them. It requires us to understand that true happiness and fulfillment come not from external sources, but from within ourselves. As Krishnamurti said, the ability to observe without evaluating is the highest form of intelligence. To observe the world, to observe our own minds without judgment or attachment, is to see reality as it truly is, without the distortions of our own preconceptions. This is not an easy path. It requires courage, discipline, and a willingness to challenge the status quo. But the rewards are immeasurable. For in letting go of the illusion of permanence, we find a freedom, a peace, and a joy that transcends the limitations of our conditioned minds. We discover that true security lies not in clinging to the past or anxiously anticipating the future, but in embracing the present moment, in fully experiencing the richness and beauty of life, and in recognizing the interconnectedness of all things. We find that true happiness comes not from external possessions or achievements, but from the inner resources of our own being, from compassion, wisdom, and a deep sense of peace. So let us together embark on this journey of self-discovery, of questioning, of exploration. Let us challenge the illusion of permanence and embrace the flow of life with open hearts and minds. Let us find peace in the midst of change, and let us create a world that is more compassionate, more just, and more sustainable for all. For in recognizing the impermanence of all things, we come to appreciate the preciousness of each moment, and we are inspired to live our lives with greater intention, greater purpose, and greater love. And is that not ultimately what we are all seeking?